Okay, so the third portion of the unit plan was the not so Eastery sight word eggs, which was a plastic egg that had been pulled apart from its top and bottom, leaving the top and bottom separated, and then I put masking tape on the top with a sight word written on the masking tape. They were laid out on the table with marshmallows hidden underneath, but only on a few of them. It made it more surprising and unexpected when you didn't put marshmallows underneath all of them. But the students would have to look for a word, and then they would pinpoint a word and say, okay, this is the word like. And the teacher would say, okay, yes, or no, let's try that one again. And if they got it right, they were allowed to pick up the egg and see if there was a marshmallow underneath. If there was, that's awesome. That was a great reward. If not, no biggie. There's going to be one coming around here in a minute. Don't worry, you're going to get a marshmallow before the day's in. And so they would go bounce, 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 bounce. And when it came to a student that got it wrong, we wouldn't necessarily say, no, you can't pick up that egg, you can't potentially get a reward for a marshmallow for getting it wrong. We would try to work out with the student and say, okay, so that wasn't the right answer, but we're going to figure this out. I'll give you a hint. It's either the word what, when, or there. You'd give them words that kind of were the same, but not necessarily the same. And most of the time, once you gave them those verbal cues like that, they were able to see the spelling and hear the word sound and then say immediately, that word is what. Very good. That's the word what. Now you may pick up your egg to see if they had a marshmallow underneath or if they did not. Sometimes on the bigger, harder words like there, I would put 2 marshmallows underneath, so that way when they saw the big word, they would try for it anyway, and the reward was even more awesome because they got 2 marshmallows instead of 1. We had a few students not be able to get their marshmallow on their round because they would hurry and rush and pick up the egg and then see what the word was, and if there wasn't a marshmallow underneath, then they were disappointed and they wouldn't say the word. So we had to get some rules in place of you weren't allowed to touch the egg until you had permission from the teacher. So you kind of had to point to it or put your finger on it and then say the word, and once the teacher said okay, then you could pick it up. I think that removed a lot of the stress and tension of, well, my egg doesn't have a marshmallow underneath of it, I'm not going to pick it up, and no matter what you say, I'm not going to do it, because with them only being able to touch it, they couldn't actually pick it up. So it made it a whole lot easier on me. It was less stressful for all of us, and overall it went a lot more smoothly once the ground rules were said of don't pick it up until I say okay, and once I say okay, you're good to go. By the end of it, the kids were like, this is so awesome, we can do this again tomorrow, right? You're going to let us do it some more? And they actually get a little upset when I tell them that we can't do it anymore because it's not Easter. So now I'm trying to figure out something that we can do with these marshmallow sight words that makes it even more awesome, that's not towards the spring bunny Easter theme. Overall, it was an excellent, excellent thing, and it was enjoyed by the kids.